Hmm. Hey everyone. Hey. Oh, we have to remove the live streaming starting soon. We have to move that. All my transition is always amazing smooth, right? Hey everyone, and welcome to the P-Wing. I can see Tommy. I can see Robin, aka Jørgen. I can see Jens Hansen. I can see Anne. I can see Kip in the chat. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this stream where we are going to listen to your favorite Super Nintendo tracks, your picks. Last week, I did my top 10 favorite Super Nintendo tracks of all time, and people have been pretty happy about my list. So happy about that, because I know it was kind of personal choices. Some of them was some kind of odd, I would imagine, and there wasn't any Final Fantasy tracks. There wasn't any Zelda tracks. There was a Mario track, but it was very low on the list. And yeah, um, and I think some people sometimes think that before you can have a good track on your top 10 list, you have to be a good game as well. But there are so many bad games that have some amazing tracks, especially on Ocean games that are published by Ocean Games. Hype man, yeah. But it's not a lot of people that have given me a recommendation, but those people that have put some recommendation down have a lot of different tracks. So we definitely have more than 10 tracks to listen to. So we'll go through it, and if we don't get to listen to them all today, I will probably do a part two sometimes in the future. But we will do. I can see. I can see that Kim is saying, "Pick mine first." I will take them in some kind of order. Where people how fast it was and go down, so we can try to keep track in that way. And I don't think it's the best start to start out with a 13-minute long track, Kim, even though I'm looking forward to hear the track. Kim had picked a 13 minutes long track, and I hype for that, Kim, by the way. Unless you have to leave very soon, and you then I can pick your first, of course. Hey Mark, ready for some banger tunes? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to be hype. I'm ready to feel all the magic inside me. Woo! That's good. That's good. Uh, it was a nice list. Awesome. Hey Andreas, good to see you, man. I um I was actually planning to make a video yesterday, and when I was going to Raytron Market, but man, it was a nightmare to come there because the trains didn't connect, and I used 6 hours to come there, and then my bus was cancelled, and I had to go home. I used the whole day to come there, so I didn't end up come up with a video. But I had bought some new headphones that I could, no microphones that I could use when I'm doing videos in the future, so I don't have to use the microphone in front of me, and I can record when I'm standing up as well. So I bought these, and they're very cool, and I can record outside as well. So I'm looking forward to try out them next time I'm doing a video. I'm probably planning to do a video tomorrow, maybe. I'm not sure, but in the beginning of this week. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe before Wednesday, I think. Um, that's good. I see you still have some few games left on your shelf. Yeah, there's still a lot of games. Still a lot of games. No worries. My room is still packed with things, and there are games on the way. So that's cool and all. But let's start with chill. Let's start with Tommy. He's the first one that have given me a recommendation. So Tommy is writing, I haven't played many SNES games since I never owned the console. So I didn't really have a hidden gem to share. But I can see further down that you actually have a very good track, so no worry. But one game I have played and think is absolutely amazing, and it is, and have nice soundtrack, is Super Castlevania 4, especially Simon's theme stage 1 in Super Castlevania 4. And I know that track. Every people should know that track. It's one of my favorite as well, and it was very close to hit my top 10 as well. I absolutely adore that track, and I can't wait to listen to it again. Sadly, I never use upbeaten tracks in my videos, but if I would, this will definitely be a track I will use a lot. Maybe I will do it when I'm talking about the Super Castlevania game, one of my favorite games as well on the Super Nintendo. Sadly, pretty expensive. Not as expensive as Vampire's Kiss, but it's up there. And you keep on writing, and saying, when I hear Simon's theme, I feel hope, courage, and a sense of adventure. At the same time, you can feel the dark journey ahead. Yeah, with creepy monsters and dangers waiting for you. It hits me every time I hear it. It's just so cool. It gives me chills and makes me believe that you can face challenge even in the dark world. That is such a good description, Tommy. I definitely feel you, and I actually will say I have it in some kind of same way as you. So let's look up that track. And yeah, I actually can't wait to listen to that track. Let's see here. Let's do it so you can follow me along. Do I actually share? Stop sharing. One moment. Like that. Share. I would rather have it the other way around. Maybe you can't. Why can't I be the big one? Can I? Yeah, I can. Good. Because we don't have to watch it, right? You want to see my reaction, right? Because my face isn't big enough. My fat face. Let's see here. Super Castlevania 4. And it's track number 1. Let's take that one. Oh, that was not the right track. We'll have to find the playlist, right? Original soundtrack remaster. And Simon's theme, this one. Okay, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? This is the first track by Tommy. And let's go nuts. Okay, let's listen to it. That part. Oh, that sinister kind of sound. ba ba da. Yeah, amazing track. I can definitely see that your description in that track. It gave me the some kind of the same feeling, Tommy. So good pick, definitely. And I had a hard time to pick my favorite track from Super Castlevania. I think I actually have another one that I prefer over than this. I can't remember what track it is. I think maybe it's the library track, but I'm not sure. But the whole album in on that game is amazing. I love the trumpet, I think it's called, when it hits. Okay, so the next one is Mark, and he have a lot of he have wrote a long comment and come up with some different recommendations. And we will pick one of them and come back again. Max says, some great picks, especially I enjoy Waterworld, The Seventh Saga, and Eat the Cat. Surprised no tracks from Equinox made the list. Yeah, especially the overworld theme, which in itself invokes an otherworldly, tranquil, I think it's pronounced like that, feeling that I could listen to for hours on end. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that as well. Actually, I think the reason I didn't pick it was because I used the music when I think Equinox has some amazing soundtrack, and it was very close to hit my top 10. I think the reason why I didn't pick it is because I love to listen to the music while I'm playing the game. I, for the most part, only listen to the music, the overworld map music and the start menu music when I'm doing other things. But I think the other tracks fits better when I'm actually playing the game. I sometimes listen to the whole soundtrack after I completed the game, and I enjoyed it a lot. But there are some tracks, in my opinion, that fits better when you are playing them. And for Equinox, those tracks are more magical when I'm playing the game actually. But it doesn't. It's still. Yeah, yeah, it will probably hit my top 15. And all the tracks are very close to each other. Um, I can't pick my favorite actually, because there are so many bangers. You keep on saying, and then the boss theme. Yeah, the boss theme is amazing. Drops and brings the best era dance vibes from early 90s. Crazy range on that soundtrack. Yeah, definitely. I know this is a Hersey, but I would actually nominate a different track from Donkey Kong Country 2. Hot Hot Head Bob, I think it's called, in my opinion. I love that track as well. That is the most melancholic, ethereal, I have a hard time to pronounce that, track from the album. But of course, the entire album could have made the top 10. So we will listen to that track. I absolutely love that track as well. And you keep on talking about other tracks, but I will come back to that. So we will reading your comic section through the end later. But let's listen to that track. Let's see here. Let's see here. Donkey Kong Country 2. What is it called? Hot Hit Hop. It has to be this one. It's called Bob here. For some reason, some are calling it for Bob and some other are calling for Hot. It's the same track, but okay. Let's read the comic section before I start the track. Mark says Castlevania is a treasure trove of good tunes. Yeah, I love the whole soundtrack. I don't think there's a bad one actually. I really love the and it's some kind of odd choice, but I really love the last track when you're fighting Dracula. It's very weird and some kind of it's kind of quiet. The final boss track when you're entering the clock tower area is actually quite impressive that it can be a quiet soundtrack and still it fits the final boss. Not the monster part, but the part before it turns into a monster, I think. There are two parts in that final boss. As far as I remember, it's actually a pretty long time since I played that game. I need to get it very soon, the game. Tom says, we are ready. Yeah. Andrea says, when are you planning to buy Castlevania games for the Snes collection? I never played them. Ooh. How you never played them, Andreas? Wow, man, you have to, you're gonna love Castlevania 4. Um, I had played the other game as well, Vampire's Kiss as well. I think I come to the final boss when I had it on the virtual console. I could never clear Dracula, but I will definitely plan to do it next time. I never played them, but will be cool to see them reviewed and maybe live streamed. Yeah, I actually have a live stream on Super Castlevania 4. Old one though. I think it was the first time Mark was watching my live stream. I remember Mark was in the live chat, and I remember because he was he's on Incast, and I remember, oh, that's the guy from Incast that is watching me live. But maybe I've deleted it. I'm not sure because I've deleted a lot of my Danish videos. It's mostly only the English one that's left because I want to tie it together. Or I have to close them down so you can't see them. But yeah, I love that game. I will definitely live stream it again if you are willing to, if you want to see it. But yeah, the thing is, Andreas, Vampire's Kiss is extremely expensive. One of the very rare and expensive games. Super Castlevania 4 isn't the most expensive game, but it's around 1,500 to 2,000 Danish. If you want to have a good condition. Sometimes you can find it around 1,200 if it's in a bad condition. But I've just bought 3 games, so it won't be in this month. Maybe next. I have 3 games that's on the way that is pretty hype, especially one of them. But Mark says, I actually had the Equinox soundtrack on rotation when I'm working out since your stream series. It works excellent on its own. Nice. I actually am going to start to work out as well because my doctor has said I need to do it with my leg. So I will start next week. So maybe I will try that out, especially the boss theme. Boss music says, and yeah, dance. And Max says they are on the Nintendo Switch Online. Yeah. Kim says, I have never played any Castlevania game except for a little of the N64 one. Oof. I haven't played it, but I heard it shouldn't be the best. But I know Mark actually loved that game. I have heard that Castlevania 64 is a little bit unappreciated, that it get more hates than it actually deserves. But I don't know. I've never played it. But keep, man, wow, you have to play Super Castlevania 4. I would say it's the best game to pick up for a beginning game because it's not that hard. It's actually a pretty easy game, Super Castlevania 4. You can definitely complete that game. But I want to get Castlevania Down of Sorrow just because the cover is so funny. Down of Sorrow, how is the front cover on that? There where you have the cover in the cover. Good game as well, Kim, by the way. But it's a Metroidvania. But Super Castlevania 4 is a more linear game. It's a linear game. Not much, Mark. One of them was 2,000 Danish, and one of them was 700, and the other one was 500. The expensive one was Super Mario RPG: The Legend of the Seven Stars that was never released here in Europe. In pretty good condition. And the other one is Indiana Jones. And I've never watched an Indiana Jones movie, but the game should be pretty good. It should be like Star Wars games on the Super Nintendo. And the last one is Contra 3. So 3 big hitters. Yeah, you can see here. Mark says Castlevania 64 is a hidden gem for sure. I'll die on that hill. Definitely get it for your N64 journey. Yeah, I will probably get that somewhere. I don't think it's the most expensive game, so maybe, yeah. But let's listen to my Mark's track. Yeah. By the way, you're playing this track. This track is playing in World 2, the Lava World, and it's absolutely amazing. One of my favorite tracks. But the whole album from Donkey Kong Country 2 is amazing. This part, I love this part. Right now. Oh man, David Wise. Thank you. Mm. And this moment as well. Oh fuck off. That end part of the track is crazy. And the drums. I'll say it afterwards. Oh. Mm. End. Oh man, I love that track. Okay, so the thing I was going to say before was that David Wise have a thing where he puts under the track he puts some smaller effects that really push the track to its limits. It's like it evolves while you're listening to it. It's like it's living while you're listening to it. And in this track is the bubble from the lava. You can this track just fits the level, the bubble sound, and it's not just an annoying background sound. It's like it fits the track, like in what is it called? The Forest Interlude, another track that I really love from Donkey Kong Country 2. There, in that track, you have all the bird sounds, you have the forest sound that really help the track to be even bigger than it is, and that's such a in, amazing part with David Wise and the events. They are putting the smaller details in the track as well, so it becomes more incredible. And yeah, and Marcus is saying as well, the harmonica is absolutely crazy. I love that track, man. I think it's my third favorite track if I have to choose, but all the tracks are very close to each other in Donkey Kong Country 2. Um, Kim says, I mean, it's not Donkey Kong rap, no, but it's all right. The Donkey Kong rap is iconic. Mm, as I said, it beats out Stickerbush for me. I can definitely see why. You can pick any track from Donkey Kong Country 2 and tell me that's your favorite, and I will understand why is your favorite. It depends on a lot of things. I would say the only thing that keeps Stickerbush sometimes being my favorite, because sometimes it changed between for me Stickerbush Symphony and the Forest Interlude, is actually because I don't like the level as much. I love the music in that level, but the level definitely isn't my favorite. Where Forest Interlude and the lava world as well that you have played, I definitely love those levels. One other level soundtrack that I really love as well is the underwater level. There, where you have the bubbling sound. Oh man, I love that track as well. So many good tracks. Um, Andreas says nothing come close to Donkey Kong Country music. No, and the first one has some incredible music as well. I've always said that I really love the third game as well, but the music in the third game doesn't come close to the first and the second game. I still think the third game has incredible music, but the first and the second game is just unmatched on that level. But I actually think the level design is better than the third one. But as old I have become, I have been starting to love the first game even more. So sometimes I think the first game is very close to actually be a game that I love better than the third game, even though I've always tried to defend the third game because he's some kind of the black sheep in the series, in the trilogy. But okay, next one. We have a Nefets. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your YouTube name incorrect, but yeah, sorry about that otherwise. He says, I have so many favorites on the Super Nintendo. By the way, Nefets, he's collect on Super Nintendo games as well. And he have over 100 Super Nintendo games complete in box. Pretty amazing as well. He's from Denmark as well, and he's actually a part of the community group Nintendo Journal. But yeah, I have so many favorite Super Nintendo games I can't even count. But here are a few awesome ones. He writes Metal Warriors, Vital Missions. I don't know that track, so that will be pretty interesting to check out. He has sadly not wrote down why he loved it, but maybe we can figure it out why we listen to it. I've never played this game, and I don't know anything about the track. Metal Warriors. And it's so funny that you still can find games you don't know anything about. Snes, Vercel Mission. Okay. Extended. Oh, just the normal version. You know what? Let's just take the extended one and then cut it. Okay, pretty amazing track. I'm actually pretty interested to see how the game is. Let's just, for 1 minute, look how the gameplay is. I don't know anything about this game. Oh, Konami! Holy shit! Okay. Seems pretty good. The sprite is maybe a little clunky to control, maybe. I don't know. But and very big as well. But it seems pretty awesome, actually. Great track. Neffets. Hey, Philip. Philip says, every track for Secret of Mana, but I would go for Phantom and a Rose. Let's check that out later. But yeah, you're right. Secret of Mana music is amazing. Kim says, I have never beat a Donkey Kong Country game either. Man, how can that be? How can that be, Kim? So many different soundtracks from Secret of Mana, too many to remember. Phantom Rose, and did you see the ocean? I don't know that track either. Are also good. The reason being the all continent a certain melancholic feel. Okay, when I'm thinking about Secret of Mana, I think about the ice track and the first time you were leaving your city, or the forest music. But I have to go back to your comment, Philip, and listen to your track. Okay, let's move on. Nefes have more recommendation later, and I can see that another guy have another track that he have as well. Okay, now it's Kim, and I know he have been very excited to for me to hear this track. It should be 13 minutes long. You're lunatic. I just hope it's better than the track that Jacob recommended me for Final Fantasy. That took around 8 minutes as well and was absolutely horrible. Okay, but Kim says, I was going to mention Terra theme, but since you already mentioned that, oh, that's the name on that track? I didn't know, actually. I'll do another one better. Dancing Mad, Final Fantasy 6. And yes, it's almost 18. 18. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. 18 minutes long. And no, you're not allowed to skip through it. Okay, now you have to be patient, ladies and gentlemen, because we will listen to it. It will be rude of me if we don't listen to it, right? But just be warned that it will be a long track. It will be a long track. But that's okay for me. Final Fantasy 6. Dancing Mad. Oh shit, you lunatic. Okay, let's go. love the drums that comes in here. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, are we done? Wow. No, No, we're not done. It keeps on. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's the beginning. From when the title screen hits, that's pretty epic. Title screen. Oh, fuck off. Okay, now we are talking. Oh, I love that. It's insane. That's some kind of beautiful as well. Dark and beautiful at the same time. Oh shit! What? Oh man. I actually got chills at that part. Oh, that drop, man. Oh, I love that part. drop is insane. Mm. Wow. Holy shit, Kim. Man, that was an experience. Holy shit. It felt like I've been watching a whole movie. Wow, that was very, very insane. I loved it. Wow. Okay, there are so many things to unfold with this track. First of all, in the middle part of the track, when you hear the title screen music part, if you, as far as I remember, as Kim said to me private, this is the final battle music. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kim, but that you put the title screen music in the middle of the track, that's insane. That's pretty epic because now you have the whole journey that you have been going through, and now you are finding the, as far as I know, the final boss, and then that part drops. Man, that was crazy. And there are some drops in the track that are really, very, very, very insane, especially in the end part. My favorite part with the track was the area where it became some kind of beautiful as well and dark at the same time. At the beginning, it was very dark and it was very, okay, don't get me wrong, but it was almost like it sounded so bad that it was good at the same time. It was so over the top with the old that was just so crazy, but in a good way. But it sounded bad in a good way, if you know what I mean. And then it becomes beautiful in the end part, and that was in some kind of way a bit touching for me. I could imagine if I'm playing the game and that track hits, I will be over the moon, and I was still. But I can't. Wow, man! If you're playing the game and you're hearing the track, that's insane. Yeah, there's the whole final section of the game. That is fucking epic. Thank you for that, Kim. I'm okay that it was 18 minutes when it was a track that evolved along the way, and it have so many different phases as well. And I really appreciate that the track told you a story in some way. I don't know how the final boss is, but I was like, I saw it in some way. I could see it in front of me. And when a track is possible, can make you actually see the picture in front of you, even though it's probably wrong the way I saw it, is pretty epic. So it was a track that told a story. It was a track that made me feel a lot of different things, some kind of stress, emotion. I wanted to cry in a little part, and I wanted to dance, and I want to run, and I want to feel like I was trying to hide me. It was amazing. I loved it. Thank you, Kim. Great pick. And a lot of people have checked in while we were listening to the track for 18 minutes. That's insane. Um, Nefet say, though I missed a lot. Yeah, and you jumped right into the most long track ever. We have actually listened to one of your tracks. It was pretty good. Uh, mm, Anna says, I have dropped a comment with some suggestions now. I hope it's not too late. No, it's not. You could just keep on dropping if people want. If we are not, if we still have songs left when I stop, I will just do a part two. So no worry. So people can just drop off new tracks as well. And it says the organ goes hard here. Yeah, it did. And I have Nintendo Fire dropped in. Are you done with Resident Evil 9? I saw it for a little bit. I'm actually following Nicholas's journey with the game. I'm too scared to play it for myself, but I will watch your reaction later tonight. Um, it's too scary for me. I can't play those. I've seen a bit of it when Nicholas were playing it. Man, I was shitting my pants. This is a whole baroque piece. Wow. I'm not actually sure what that instrument is. If it's an instrument. And Tommy says, the Danish church, Folkekirken, the Danish church could step up a little compared to this. Then people will come to the church, definitely. And it says, somebody get away from the organ. Get him away from the organ. I'm not sure how I would feel if a ceremony in my local church started out with that too. I will definitely be in there. Flip side, hey man, good to see you. I think it's the first time we have Flipside in the chat. Yeah, I've commented a lot of in my videos. Good to see you, my man. Um, he says, "Secret of Mana, color of the summer sky, probably always in my head when you are in the town. Lol. I will always remember this song. We will go back to that track, but if you want to be 100% sure that I will listen to a track, maybe I will forget it, go into the video where I play my top 10 tracks of all time, because it's from that comic section picking out the different tracks. So if we are not coming to your track today and I forget your comment, be sure to leave a comment in the other video. Then I will definitely come to it. Just a little note. And it says, sounds a bit like a Flowey's tune in Undertale. Oh, I can't remember that track, but every track in Undertale is amazing. But yeah, I could definitely feel some Undertale vibe. So I definitely get what you mean. And Kim says, sorry for a long track. Don't have to sorry when it's a good track. And Nefet says, very good, a bit noisy for my taste at some points, but overall very good. Nice. Yeah, I can definitely see why some people have that feeling. I think it's a very good track, says Tommy here. And then Nefet says, yeah, I was worried about the repetitivity, but it definitely wasn't. No, it wasn't. Okay, let's move further. I think it's now Novus is talking about Terranigma, but here talking more about a remix. And I have to, yeah, he just talk how much he loves Terranigma. And then we have Robin Akayan, and he says, I love your game music videos. Thank you, Robin. I got so many tracks I would like you to play. You're welcome to add more, like the underground level music from Super Mario World 2. And I can see that Nefes have picked that one as well. So we will listen to that track now. It takes me back to a time when life was difficult. It takes me back to a time when life was difficult. Okay. I thought at the beginning it was when life wasn't difficult, but it was when it was difficult. Okay, interesting. And the Snes games game me escape from the real world. Oh, sorry to hear about that. I just love the way it sets up the atmosphere of being on the ground. I can actually remember Robin, Jørgen, that you wrote to me sometimes for a long time ago about that part in your life. So yeah, I remember now. I just love the way it sets up the atmosphere of being underground with sparkling gems and strange creatures. Yeah, I know what track it is, and it's funny because I have never thought about that track as a okay. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. But it has always been a track that I have the mixed feeling with, and it's because of weird feeling I have as a child. I love the track, but I remember I got Yoshi Island in a part of my life where my parent was divorced at that time, and I had my Super Nintendo at home with my dad, and I had my PlayStation at my mom. And I'm a Nintendo guy, and I love being at my dad. I always wanted to be at my dad, but I was more at my home at my mom because I was at school at that area in Rødovre. And my dad was living in Hvidovre, so 2 towns. And I had all my friends in Rødovre, and yeah. So I was staying at my mom for the most part, but every second weekend I was at my dad, and every Tuesday and Thursday I was sitting my dad. But every second weekend I was at my dad, sleeping there. And I remember I was playing Yoshi Island, and this track reminds me of the Sunday before I have to leave my dad and leave the game and go back to the PlayStation home. Gross. Oh, no, but this track reminds me of a Sunday when I was playing it, and I don't know why, but I was in the underground level, and for some reason, the Sunday vibe. I don't like Sundays, and I still don't. I don't like Sundays. I love weekends, but I always hated Sundays. And I have two things that remind me of Sundays. Is the Savage Garden song "Going Down Romance," and it's this track that we are going to listen to now. And I get some kind of odd feeling inside. I feel uncomfortable, and but it's a good track. Don't get me wrong, and I definitely can understand why some people love it. But I combined it with something, and I don't want it to leave it. There's nothing wrong with the track. It's an amazing track. But for me, I combine it with, I have to come to school very soon. I have to come back to my mom. I have to leave my Super Nintendo and my dad, of course. And it's just a feeling where I didn't want to leave the area, but I know it was very soon that I have to leave. But I haven't heard this track for over 10 years. I haven't played the game for over 10 years, so I can't wait to listen to it again. And hopefully I will have a new feeling this time. But I have a feeling I will have that weird feeling when I'm listening to it. Yoshi Island Underground. But it's actually pretty funny that two people are recommended me this track. So that's funny, Chip. Sorry. Yeah, definitely a good track. I love it. It's just me that are weird about it. Mm, I can definitely see what you're meaning about how the track makes you feel. And it have that sparkling effect in the track that I really appreciate. Where it's like the track gets more alive. Um, Good recommendation, and especially when there are two people that are recommended. Uh, I'm surprised still that this track is attract more people than one. I mentioned it, but I love it, and it still gives me that Sunday vibe. But I love it. Mm. And they keep saying it, pretty funny comment. If we were listening to Yoshi Island, you have to put the crying baby Mario in a second tab for the authentic experience. That's funny. Yeah. So cozy for me, this track. Yeah, nice. And it's such a moody track. Yeah. Mark says, super chill, can listen to this for hours on repeat. Yeah, it's a track that you can have on repeat. Robin says, thank you for playing it, even though it brings back not so found memories. But it's not because of the track necessarily. It's more, yeah, in some way it's a track, but it's not because of the track have that part in it. It's just because I was listening to that track before the other thing happened. So yeah, sometimes you can combine weird things with other things. Um, but I loved it. Thank you for sharing it. Great track, great game, and I can't wait to get that. Actually, not that expensive to get. Actually, one of the track you put on the other videos I made with the music, the Final Fantasy track on Game Boy. Thanks to you, is a track that I'm listening to every second week. I love that track. Oh, let's update the video here because I know there have come new videos. Oh, let's see here. Let's see here, the newest one. Yeah, we have Anna now. Anna says, there are two picks for me. Gourmet, 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 Gourmet Race from Kirby's Fun Pack, which is one of the tracks that always make me so pumped and happy. I never played the Gourmet Race. I've never heard about that part, but somehow the track just stuck with me. The Smash Bros. Mix of it's is legendary as well. Okay, pretty interesting. I actually only played Kirby's Fun Pack once, and I can't remember anything about that game, so I can definitely not remember that track. But we will listen to it. She have another one as well, but we will read that up later. Let's see, Kirby. What is it called? It's Kirby's Fun Pack. Okay. Snes music, and what is it called? Gorman. I don't know how you pronounce that. Gourmet. Let's listen to it. Oh, yeah, I know that track. I love the trompetes. Oh, it was a short one. Oh, it's not done. Yeah, thank you for that recommendation, Anna. It's so funny because this is probably the track I know the best about Kirby, and it's thanks, as Kim says, thanks to Smash. I love this track, and I definitely get why you get pumped and why you love it. But it reminds me of Smash. It doesn't remind me of Kirby that much. Yeah, of course it's in the Kirby level, but it just have that Smash vibe. Yeah, and yeah, great track. I really love it as well. Good pick. And definitely not a pick that I will think about myself. So I'm happy that other people are thinking about it because it just reminds me of how many great tracks that exist on the Super Nintendo, and just in general as well. Um, Chappie says, "Nice track. Such a core feelings will never go away. I think." Yeah, I don't know if it was to Robin or Ennis, but for both tracks, I had that feeling. Mark says, "Yes, Anna. The Air Riders mix is also so good." Ooh, I've never played Air Rider, so actually pretty interesting to hear someday the music from those games. And Kim says, "That's for Smash." Hey, Lasse. On the look of his face, the fingers, and the headbang, I think he will give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah, around that, yeah. I think it's just looping now, but you can always listen to other around. Yeah, yeah, it was done. I would try. Yeah, I will listen to it for around 2 to 3 loops. Let's go back here because we have to go through all the comic section. But there are more people that have given me more tracks to listen to. But let's take one of the tracks that have been put up here in the comic section. I think it was from Philip. He said the Phantom and a Rose. Let's listen to that track. Secret of Mana, Phantom and a Rose. Yeah, great track. Yeah, great track. Never say, "Oh yes, this one is so good." Yeah, it's a great one. Not one of my favorites, but it's definitely a good track. And let's take the other one, and then we will go back to Mark. Secret of Mana, Color of the Summer Sky says flip side. Let's listen to that. Oh yeah. Yeah, great track again. Secret of Mana have so many great tracks. Robin says, such a beautiful track. The Secret of Mana is very emotional game. Brings back so many good memories. Yeah. It's funny. I love the whole album from Secret of Mana, but it's not the two picks that have been taken out from Secret of Mana. It's not my two favorites. So it just says how many great tracks there is on this game, and there's so many people have different feelings for the tracks. I love the tracks, so but I think there are even more crazy tracks from Secret of Mana, but a great one. Wow, Mark, have you never played it? What? It's amazing. It's the most perfect games with a lot of flaws. You have a lot of flaws, but it's the most perfect game with flaws. Max says, "Wow, amazing tunes. Need to get around to get that game one day." Yeah, I definitely have to. Ah, man, such a great game. Especially if you're going to play with your brothers and sister. You can play up to 3 people. But let's go back to Mark. And Mark says, and he have an ActRaiser track. ActRaiser soundtrack is legendary, and Fillmore is cool, but my pick would be Birth of the People or Sacrifice. Let's take Birth of the People. I can't remember any of them as the standout tracks on the album. If you never have heard the live orchestra recording of that, I highly recommend you to check it out. I will afterwards. And again, we have an ActRaiser track where another person think is another track from the game is even better, and that just says how amazing the different games have with the music. Man, let's listen to it. I can't remember what track that is. I'm not good to names on ActRaiser's soundtrack, but as far as I remember, I love the whole soundtrack from. Oh, what? I just wrote S, and then I saw a huge shit. What is that? There's just a huge elephant shit on my YouTube. What the fuck? Let's move away from that. That says something about my algorithm. What? How do the birth of the what does this shows up? Birth of the what? People. Okay, let's listen to it. Oh yeah. Mm. I love this track. Great pick. Ba ba da da. I absolutely love that track. It's the track that are playing while you are moving around with your little town people and building things. So it's definitely. I didn't know it by name, but it's one of the tracks that are really stuck in my head. And yeah, it takes me back when I'm listening to that track. I really love it. If you haven't played ActRaiser, definitely do. I can't wait to play ActRaiser 2. I've never played that game. It shouldn't be as good, sadly. But great pick. Now we're back to Nifits. And we have Evo, Church of the Eden. I want to know, Nifits, do you have that game in your collection? Because if you had that game complete in box, you have one of the rare Super Nintendo games ever. And I'm very jealous if you had that. Man, I can't describe how much I fear when I someday have to get that game. And it should be a very interesting game as well. So it's actually a game that I really want to play. It's a game where it's by Enix. It's a game where you start out to be a little creature and then you can evolve and you can choose your own road. Depends on what things you eat, and you become a bigger animal, and you can be weird as well, like get arms and legs and wings, or then you become a human and there are boss fights. It should be totally weird game, but a standout game and should be very good. Some people are saying it's kind of repetitive in some way, but it's a game that should be very unique and it's just locked on the Super Nintendo. And sadly, it's fucking expensive. Was never released here in Europe, only in US. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Nefer says nope. It's too expensive too for me for the past 25 years. Never been cheap. Never been. Oh man. Someday I need to get it, but I'm not looking forward to that day. Well, let's listen to your track. I would be so jealous if you had it. Evo Search of Eden Music. Birthplace. Of all life? I've never heard the soundtrack for this game, so it would be interesting. All right. I couldn't stop watching the gameplay down below. It's from the game. It's a very interesting game. Um, I don't know if I actually is going to like it, but I love the music. The track was good. Thank you for that. Um, Very interesting game and track as well. I forgot to read your comment section before. People was laughing about the algorithm before with the shit. Curse YouTube history got unlocked it fast and oh no, goodbye algorithm. Yeah. And my Kim says as well to Mark, try to get back with a couple of friends to play Secret of Mana. Yeah. And Nefer says it's an excellent game as well. The Evo Search of Eden. I have this American friend who means a lot to me, and I first saw this game when he streamed it maybe 15 years ago, and I can just hear this voice over the music. Now it's in my head. Nice. I can definitely understand, especially when you have some memories with the tracks, and it's just yeah, that's the thing that happens with music from the past. You put it together with other things and combine it so the track is even more personal for you. Great track. Let's see. We are back to Anna again. And now Anna says, second one is also a bit generic, but the athletic. I don't know why I'm so bad to pronounce these tracks names. Athletic theme from Yoshi Island just makes me profoundly happy and heals my soul. Nice. I can't wait to hear that track. I don't know what track it is actually. I will 100% know about it when I'm listening to it, but from the name, I'm not sure what track it is. Yoshi uh, Island. Here we have it. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'll stop your video. It's because this track, I don't know what it is with me and with Yoshi Island music, but this track, it's probably not funny for you, but it's funny for me and my brother. But every time I heard this track, I in some for some reason I always have a lyric up in my head, and I always sung it with my brother, and every time I hear it, it's just going in my head, and it's like. Der er mig og vi to, vi sejlede i en dør, den ene faldt af, da 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 da. Der er mig og vi to, vi sejlede i en båd, den ene faldt ud og blev våd. And I don't know why, I sung in Danish, and I don't know why, but I always, every time I hear this, it's like, der er mig og vi to, vi sejlede i en båd, den ene faldt ud, den anden blev våd. I don't know why, but it was a thing with my brother, and every time I listen to this track, I have that lyrics in my head, but I will go back again, and now you listen to it, you will probably hear it as well. Der er mig og vi to. Der er mig og vi to, vi sejlede i en båd, den ene faldt af, den anden blev våd. Der er mig og vi to, vi sejlede i en båd. Sorry. Den ene faldt af og blev våd. Kom så alle sammen. Der er mig og vi to, vi sejlede i en båd, den ene faldt af og blev våd. But great track. Den ene faldt af, den anden blev våd. Der er mig og vi to, vi sejlede i en båd, den ene faldt af og blev våd. Mig og vi to, vi sejlede i en båd, den ene faldt af, den anden den blev våd. Der er mig og vi to, vi sejlede i en båd, den ene faldt af og blev våd. Sorry for ruining your track, Anne. I really love this track, but I have something weird with it. Maybe I've just have a weird thing with the whole Yoshi Island track. I really love the track, and I absolutely love the game. But but yeah, I definitely see why you're ready for Eurovision. Oh man, I love the song we won with in Danish Eurovision. Um, out of topic. Um, uh, oh, this one is good as well. Nice. Brilliant. Now you mix it. Let's hear the real deal. And Max says, thanks for ruining the song for all of eternity. You're ready for Eurovision. Yeah. But man, I definitely see your description on the game that it just makes you happy, and I can see why it heals your soul as well. You definitely get happy while you listen to this track. It's some kind of I want to dance like this. You know, some kind of Disney moves, old Mickey Mouse cartoon. I get that kind of feeling. Great pick. And we are back to Mark again. Should we listen to his other ActRaiser track? He gave me two ActRaiser tracks. I actually think we can go through them all today. ActRaiser. Oh. Why can't I wrote ActRaiser? And what is he called? The other track? Sacrifice. And by the way, if you ever want to play ActRaiser, don't play the remake. Play the old game. The remake is bad. Yeah. No, we have Nefits as well. I actually can't remember this track from the game. Interesting. Oh, I remember now. Great track. It was a track that I forgot, but when I listened to it after 10 seconds, I thought I could remember it. Great track. A track I totally forgot. It's great to go back in memory land. I forgot the Yoshi Island track as well. So it's great to get some reminders. No, was the remake bad? Hell yeah, it was bad. The tower defense part was so bad. Yeah, and it didn't look good in my humble opinion. I didn't like it. Play the original one. It's not broken, but it's definitely not as good as the Super Nintendo game. I was thinking about buying it when I listened to the video yesterday, and no, I think you can. Is it not? Is ActRaiser not on the Virtual Console? Not Virtual on the Nintendo Switch Online service? I thought that, but I'm actually pretty surprised that Mark doesn't have it in his collection. Otherwise, I would just say borrow the game from him, um, unless he's as weird as me that will not make other people borrow your games. I'm like, sometimes when my big brother is asking me for borrow some of my games, I'm like, oh. As an example, I bought him Boogerman. I still not got it back. I have to give me it back. I want to make a radio review about it. So Max says, sad song. You really feel the great tragedy that was befallen your people when this one is playing. Yeah, so I remember the track, but I couldn't remember where the track was playing. So it's in the sad part. There's so many great tracks in this game, and I really loved it as well. So we are back to Nefets, and he have Yoshi Island Underground as well, that we already have heard. And now here we are coming over to Chrono Trigger, Corridors of Time. And I'm sorry, I can't play that track. I will get a copyright. And I've got there are some tracks from Chrono Trigger I just can't play, and that is one of the tracks, sadly. So it's an amazing track, one of my favorite tracks as well. I can almost never use Chrono Trigger music in my videos, and that's so sad. The Forest track I got copyright as well, but not a strike where I get a red flag. But this is one of the tracks that give me a red flag. I don't know why, but I can't play it. I have to remove it afterwards, so that will be a hell of a time. So if you're interested to listen to Nefet's track, it's called Chrono Trigger Corridors of Time, one of the best Chrono Trigger track as well. But it's have a copyright strike on it. Yeah, but it's a great track, great pick. What Nefet says, I'm actually missing ActRaiser 1 in my collection. Never feel I found a good deal on it. I have it up here and I got it for 800 Danish only, complete in box, in pretty good condition. It was a steal. Normally it goes for around 1,200 to 1,500. So yeah, 800, I was like, let's get it. Great game. Though the second game is even more expensive. The places I have looked. Lasse says, next time Daniel visit Endcast, he needs to sing his boat song in the intro. It's still in my head. You're welcome. Neither Daniel or Sonny will lend me Emilio despite both of them claiming I need to play it. Yeah, you're right, Kim. But I'm a bad person at that point. I will never borrow my game out. I bought it to my brother. I have it over here, Emilio, like a trophy. But but why will Sonny not borrow you in? I don't get that. I'm the weird one, why? It's a great game. No worries about the Chrono Trigger. We probably all know it, yeah. Kim says, if we are just going between three people, can I request Terra's themes? Yeah, you can. Let's listen to that. Yeah, we can listen to that. There are some tracks from Final Fantasy VII there's copy strikes on. I don't get a red flag on that, but I actually will get a little hands up, but it's still fine. But let's listen to that, yeah. We all know that track as well. But it's one of the best tracks. But let's listen to Nefet's first, because we are to his area now, and we will listen to your track afterwards. So he says, Top Gear, interesting pick. I've never heard about that game. I saw it at Matthias Pop Cult Gang, but I have no idea about the game. Snes music. What is it called? Circuit. How do we spell it? Circuit theme. I'm looking forward to hear this track. Is this the track? No, that's the title. That's the title screen music. Theme A. Also D. Okay, so you have two. So this is the... Sorry about the video down below. You know what? I'll pick another version. That's a bad version because you can hear the motor in the background. Is this the same one? Okay, nice. Mm. Okay, this is a cool part. I like this part. Nice track. It goes for 6 minutes, but I think it loops. Great track. I never heard about that track before, but I really loved it. And pretty interesting that you say it's one of your favorite racing games as well. I'm looking forward to try out that game. And one funny thing is that I'm not the biggest fan of racing games, but I actually really like racing games on the Super Nintendo. Super Mario Kart. The Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo is maybe it's my favorite Super Mario Kart game. I really love that game. I know some people don't like the control in it, but I think it's amazing. Um, yeah, as as you're saying, Mark, we need to get. Mark says to Kim, we need to make more people to buy Amy of the Smiling Man, so Nintendo will make a fourth one. Exactly. And Lasse says, I'm not sure he can find it because he has so much amiibos and games all over the place at him. And Kim says, if I buy Amy or the Smiling Man, I will never get around to it. But if I borrow it, I will feel a pressure to play it. You have to play it. Kim, you will love it, man. You will love it. But man, we have really tried to make so many people to play that game, and nobody gives a shit about it. And it's one of the best Nintendo Switch games ever created. It's sad. Lasse says, thank you for the stream, Daniel. My new favorite Snes song is now Dynamite Vito. You're welcome. And have a good one, Lasse. It's definitely not easy, but it is so different from other racing games. Nice. I'll definitely pick it up. It's not the most expensive game, so let's grab it very soon. But we are back to no, it's Kim now. What was it called? The Terra 3, right? Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Da 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 da. That's a remake. Legendary track. One of my favorites. Mhm. Which game is this, Anna? Ooh! I've never played it by myself. So I don't know why I'm so shocked, but it's one of the best. Oh, sorry about to stop it, but it's one of the best. This is actually my number 11 favorite Super Nintendo tracks ever created. It's Final Fantasy VI. I've never played it by myself. So my reaction to your comment, Anna, was overreacting because I'm shameful as well. I'm shameful as well. Sorry. Man. So yeah, as I said, if I made my list longer last time, this will be number 11. I love this track so much. And yeah, it's from, as Kim says, it's from Final Fantasy VI. And I've never played a Final Fantasy game, but this track have made me wanted to pick it up so many times, and it should be one of the best games ever created. So I definitely need to get that game. But in some way, I really want to play Final Fantasy IV before this one. But I'm very close to buy Final Fantasy IV because I've seen it for a pretty fine enough price, but still expensive. Uh, Let me lend it to me, you bastard. Amy, the smiley man. Kim says, one of the few times I just stopped playing and just stood around in the old world listening. Yeah, this track is paralyzing good. Great pick. Nifet says, I had Terra's theme as a ringtone. That's cool. For about 2 years. I believe like 20 years ago, I was obsessed with this track. Never played the game. You're like me. I'm obsessed with this track as well. I've never played the game. That's crazy. I have a Xenoblade as a ringtone. Okay, we are back to Mark, my man. And this time we have finally we have a Zelda track. That's so weird. I didn't have a Zelda track on my list, and this is the first time we have a Zelda track. So now it's finally time. A Link to the Past. And what have he picked? And what does he say as well? A Link to the Past Dark World goes without saying. So atmospheric and sets the tone perfectly for the mind-blowing realization that you have a wholly other world to explore. That game is a masterpiece. Was it Dark World theme writing? Yeah. This track takes me back. Yeah, crazy track. The Zelda music, A Link to the Past, have such a instinct kind of vibe that you just know it's from this game. And maybe it's because I have played it so many times, but I will still say that if you have just played it once and you played a lot of other Super Nintendo games as well, it's very easy to hear that all the tracks are from the Link to the Past. It have some kind of special sound. Did Mark fall asleep on us again? That just means you have a good time. Kim. Remember that. And it was a great podcast episode. But there was a podcast episode with the Endcast. I think it was not this time, but the time before. I was listening to the podcast 4 times. I tried, but I fell asleep every fucking time. I was laying on my couch and was listening to the podcast before bedtime. And it was a great podcast, but it was just so chill and relaxing. And I was like, it's just because it's good. It was around 3 hours long, but still, it was, yeah. It's just a compliment when people fall asleep. Uh, Kim says, sure, Final Fantasy 4 is also very good, but 6 is League is much better. And I don't think it's just your opinion. Definitely, I've heard all people are saying the same thing, and it definitely looks a lot better as well. So yeah, I think I will start with the worst one. Not, it's still great, I've heard, but I hear Mark doesn't like Minish Cap, which automatically makes all his Zelda opinions word or null. Yeah, and he don't like Wind Waker that much, and he didn't like Links Between Worlds that much either. I was screaming. I was screaming. This track is a banger though. Yeah, legendary. Did Mark fall asleep again? Please don't ban and block me, but Zelda music is so mediocre to me. It's fine and it fits the games very well, but I would never just listen to the music as a thing. Okay, Nifets, I, I, I can definitely follow you a bit. I actually can. I personally absolutely adore Zelda music, and they are some of my favorite tracks. But it's not absolutely insane the thing you're saying. I can see sometimes that yeah, it just fits the game, and I have the same thing with a lot of Mario tracks as well. Um, yeah, I follow you a bit. Yeah. I would say though, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask have some of my favorite tracks of all time. So with those two games, I have another opinion. But from all the other Zelda games, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Minish Cap as well, and A Link to the Past, all the tracks are great for me. But it's like, yeah, it just fits the game, and I'm sounding like a lunatic as well. But I can definitely follow you actually. Um, but as well, there isn't any bad tracks on the games as well. It's just great. Oh, and the Wind Waker, one of my favorite tracks as well. I really love the Wind Waker music, man. Um, Max says, standing atop that pyramid, the whole dark world at your feet, a twisted, heroic melody plays, reminding you at the daring task ahead, but also the courage you need to muster to rid this world of evil. Yeah, and when you're saying like that, I'm just ready to play the game afterwards and have it up there, and I just want to boot it up and play the game. But actually, I have my N64 at the moment booting up. But yeah, and Anna is laughing. I think it's because of maybe Mark's comments or maybe my little thing about Incast. I don't know. Twilight Princess has the best soundtrack of any Zelda. I'm not agreeing on that. I definitely don't like the dark world when you're turning into the wolf. I always had a bad time with that track, but I really love the Hyrule Field track at night. There are some great tracks on the Twilight Princess as well, definitely. But I don't have any stick outs on top of my head. Okay, few says Nifits. But I have a feeling, Nifits, that all the other people in the comic section want to kill us. So you're you're just not dying by yourself. You're dying together with me. Uh, now we're back to Nifits again, and he have Top Gear again, but the D track. The D track. Top Gear, Snes, what was it called again? Sir. Why does I have so much trouble to write, type that? Circuit theme D. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. That track is good. love that part. Really love that part. Yeah, I really love that track. That was a great track. I preferred this track over the other track you had from Top Gear. I'm actually pretty surprised that the game has so many two great tracks so far. I'm very interesting to pick the game up because I really love the music. Great pick. I loved it. I really loved when it said do, 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 do. That part was amazing. Okay, now we are coming to a very awesome track as well, and it's by Mark, and he says, "Super Metroid, Brenstar Red Soil gets a vote for me as well. Such a I'm sorry about killing that word. Ominous. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. For booting, for booting. Mark, he's very good at English, typing English, and often he uses words I can't pronounce. Track when plunging into the core of the hostile planet as Samus, completely isolated and alone in this world. Maybe the most iconic tune for me in the entire series. Love the remix from Metroid Prime 2, Traverse Bog Hydro Station. I'm crazy enough. I don't know the track by name, but I know I will know it when we listen to it. And I'm very interested to hear what track it actually is. Metroid. Oh, Super Metroid. But man, I love this game. Super Metroid Brinstar. Brinstar Red? Maybe it's the same one. Yep. I think it's this one, right? I think it's the Brinstar, yeah. I have to. Oh, yeah. Okay. Definitely one of the more. I love the whole track list on Super Metroid, but definitely a track that I really love this one. I love this piano part that comes now. Oh, it's not now. I think it's now. I love that part. I want to play Metroid now. Yeah, what a great trick. I love that. That's a great track as well. But Metroid Prime, he said that version as well. Is it just called the same thing? Metroid Prime 2? Brainstar? Samus Return? I think it was Prime 2, yeah. Is this one? Oh. Okay, one thing I have to say before we listen to this track. I actually have only played Metroid Prime once when I was 17 years old. I haven't played since. And I really loved the game, but it was a game when I played it, I was like, I will never play this game again. Even though I thought it was amazing. And I have started to be interested to replay it for the first time since I played it for the first time. Um, I remember I was using a guide when I was around 17 years old, and I've heard Mark say so many times that he actually thinks the second game is the best Prime game. And that has made me interested because I have always been like, the Prime 2 is my least favorite uh, until we got the fourth one. That's my least favorite now. Um, but I'm actually pretty interested to check that game out again, Echoes, because I can't remember anything from the game. So yeah. Um, but let's listen to it. I really already like the remix part of it. Ooh, that was crisp. Yeah, exactly. Mm. It's very hypnotizing. Yeah. Yeah, amazing track. I really like that version as well. Mm. And you're right, it's very hypnotizing. Great pick. I have to play Metroid Prime 2 again very soon for my second time. I really hope we will get a new way to play it on the Switch too, but I doubt it actually. Um, I actually doubt that we will ever get a new Metroid Prime game after. Yeah. Let's see. I can see Jack has checked in. Hey, Jack. Uh, Neffet says all the music from Top Gear is pretty good, made by the composer Barry Litch. I've never heard about that composer. I have to check that guy out. They made a new game a few years ago, Horizon Chase Turbo, which is a spiritual successor. Music by the same guy. I have to check that out. Nice. And it says I was just about to ask for Metroid music, but Max delivers. Yeah, thank you for getting some Metroid and Zelda music in this live stream. Um, Not a bad track on Super Metroid. So good, so nostalgic. Yeah, definitely a huge nostalgic. The crazy part, I actually played Super Metroid for the first time on the Wii. I didn't play it on my Super Nintendo. Yeah, long time no see, Jack. I hope you're doing well. And Max says, and they plays in the scene in Dread, okay, where Sam speaks Choso. I almost shed my pants, shit my pants. So cool it was. Oh, that game, man. I have to play Echo soon, says Neffert. Yeah. You didn't like Metroid Prime 4, says Jack. Yeah, I liked it. I just think it's the. Uh, I just think the three others are better. I will give it an 8 out of 10. I have some problems with it. But yeah. And Neffert says reminds me a bit of Phendrana Drifts from Prime 1. The way it sounds very similar, actually. I think the GameCube NSO is probably our best bet. Yeah, I think you're right on that. Even though I really want to have it physical, it's not the way to go. But if we get it on the NSO, I'm okay with that. I'll definitely play it. I have the Wii version, but I don't have the Wii, so I can play it that way. And I got it for Kim. Okay, let's go back to. I actually very much looking forward to Mark's next track because I will talk about that later. But now we are coming to Nefet's last track, and that is R-Type Solo Sortie. Solo Sortie. And let's see here. R-Type Solo Search here. Oh yeah, I know that track. Probably the most famous track from R-Type from the whole series. This game, I knew this track before I had ever played the game. It's an amazing track. Let's hear it from the beginning. Sorry for interrupt, but this track is a legendary track. Oh, that part. Mm. Ooh. Mm. Mm. Oh, fuck off. Mm. Insane track. Mm. Oh. Oh. Mm. Oh shit. I've never heard the full track. I've never come so far in the level. Mm. 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 Damn. Yeah. Amazing track. Holy shit. I've never heard it to completion, this track, even though I have listened to it many times. Um, but totally legendary track. I'm normally not into shooter games, shoot 'em up games, but after I played XLA, I love that game. But with this game as well, man, the game is just worth picking up because of that track. And I still thought it was a pretty good game as well, even though I only saw the second level. I hadn't gone back to it. It was extremely difficult. Um, Kim says never completed Metroid game either. But to be fair, Metroid Prime games can be pretty challenging. Did you listen to the Jim Power track I suggested? Oh yeah, you put a suggestion. Where did you put that? Oh, you put it under your own suggestion. No, we haven't heard that. Great, you remember it. No, let's listen to that afterwards. And I have two more for Mark as well. Jim Power is. I'm looking forward to hear that. I have never heard any tracks from that game, so I'm looking forward to hear that. Oh, you say you had just bought AirType, but it got lost in the mail. Damn it, man! I hate when that happens. I lost the Yogi beer as well. It was shipping from US. I hate that. Hmm. Okay, let's go back to Mark. And I'm actually very interested to listen to this one because I know one track from this game that I absolutely adore, but I don't think it's that track. But it's from the Lord of the Rings, a game that should be pretty bad, I've heard, and it looks kind of bad as well. And people are never talking about this game for some reason. It's probably because it's a bad game. But man, the music in this game, I heard some different tracks, but there's especially one track that I absolutely adore. And I don't think it's this track, but I haven't listened to the whole soundtrack from this game, so I'm actually pretty interested to hear what Mark had picked. He's a not a very good game, but the Lord of the Rings Fellowships of the Ring has some banger tunes. It definitely have. I recall especially the title theme almost feels like a live performance recording. I can't wait to listen to that track. I have been looking forward to listen to this track since I made the last video and Mark put up this recommendation because I haven't listened to it. I was uh, waiting until we made this video. Lord of the Rings, Snes. I think we just can say Snes. Title title theme. Okay, are you ready? I love this as Volume One. I don't know if they were planned to make two, three games, or maybe it's just called Volume One because it's based on book number one. But are you ready? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So sorry for stopping, but it was this track I actually knew about. This track we're going to listen to is absolutely insane. That is on a Super Nintendo game, and you're right, Mark, with your comment that it almost feels like a live performance recording. This track is absolutely amazing, and I just want to pick this game up because of this track. Enjoy it. It's a very good track. I wasn't sure it was this track, but man, this is a good track. It's a very good track. Mm. Mm. Now, oh, that part. Mm. It's insane this can make. Oh, fuck off. Oh, that flute. It's crazy. I get chills. No, it's horrible. It should be horrible. That flute is insane. such a great track. Um, Man, I'm I just want this game because of that track. Sadly, it's pretty expensive to get. I was actually bidding on it yesterday, and I was bidding around 500 Danish, I think, but it was sold for around 1,000. I know there are a lot more expensive Super Nintendo games, but for a game that should be pretty bad, uh, yeah. But you have a cool front cover. I really love the front cover, the coloring on it. It's just a logo. But is there still something about this game? And I actually want to play it as well. Maybe I will do a live stream on it. I don't know if it's. I have a feeling it will be a fun live stream because it should be a pretty bad game. But I'm not sure. Maybe I will like it. Andreas says, I did not know there was Super Nintendo had that the Super Nintendo had a Lord of the Rings games. Are they any good? I think they're only one. And then we have the Young Marlin, but I don't think that's based on the Lord of the Rings. But Lord of the Rings should not be good, no. The level design should be pretty bad. Yeah, WoW is good, says Niffets. I know about the game, but never thought about the music. Yeah. Andreas, or Max says, Andreas, we played it on an emulator back in the day, or maybe it was only me then. I don't think we ever made it out of this Sherry. It was very convoluted. The Sherry theme is also okay. Yeah, it should be a pretty confusing game, I've heard. And it should be. I heard some reviews about it that when you are in the cave, it's hard to know where you have to go because all the areas looks kind of similar. But yeah, I'm looking forward to play it. Okay, 2 tracks left, and then we have listened to all the tracks. And I think actually that's I actually think that's fine enough because if it's the length on this video, we have one for Niffets and one for Mark left. Okay, so Jim Power, very interesting, but because I've never heard anything about that game that should be good. Jim Power Snes. Yeah, let's just call it that. And then what is the track called? Forgotten Path. Let's see. Okay. 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 A very good track. I really loved it. Pretty interesting to play the game because I think you have to use 3D glasses, right? Or maybe I'm remember. As far as I know, there were 3D glasses included with the game. It's not a game you often see on eBay, so I'm a little afraid of the price when I'm starting to search for it. Um, Andrea says to about the Lord of the Rings. I don't think I ever played it. Would love to see a stream of it. The graphic is kind of cool. Yeah, the graphic is kind of cool actually on the Lord of the Rings game. Kim says almost made it to 60 agility in OSRS. I'm not sure what that game is doing this stream, but congratulations, Kim. Happy that you have made progress. And then I give the middle finger to Mark because he said I have a bonus request all the Mighty Max music. Oh no, oh man! One thing I remember when I was reviewing that game was the music. Holy shit, I didn't like it. Maybe I will someday stream it. We will see. We will see. We will see. Someday. If it says I'm playing Jim Power at the moment, probably the hardest game I played in a very long time. Yeah, I heard it should be a very hard for your eyes playing this game because the backgrounds are moving two different ways because of the 3D effect as well, right? So I'm pretty interested to check that out. Okay, Max says, okay, actually a bonus request. Prince of Persia Stage 1, not the longest track, but such a vibe as you explore the old dungeons beneath the Sultan's place. Nice. Actually, a game that I was betting on as well for not that long ago, but I lost. I think it was going for around 700 Danish. I think I bet for up to 500 Danish. If it says, I just recently beat stage 1. Must taking me 3 hours of total gameplay to do that over a few days. So unforgiving. Okay, pretty interesting. I'm actually tempted to play the game now. Yeah, you can use the 3D glasses, but not mandatory. Okay, it's a bit rough on the eyes. Yeah, I heard that if you focus on the background. Yeah, and I definitely heard that is hard for your eyes. Mighty Max, fuck off, man. Okay, so let's go to Mark's second list recommendation. That is for Earthbound. Ooh, a game that I can't wait to play. When we hit video 100, I will do my talk about Earthbound, and I will start doing a let's play on that game. And we are at number 33, I think. Yeah, 33. So we still have a way to go, but we will come there eventually. Earthbound. And Doctor. And I don't know much about the music actually in Earthbound. Had up, wrote it down. Oh, and ooh. Slap. Okay, I've listened to it actually. I can see. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to say what Mark was writing to the song. Dr. Anton Slaps from Earthbound is such a weird, strange track that beautiful represents that soundtrack. Works really well as a cell phone ring notification tone. Yeah, I can definitely see that, and it's a very special track. I have heard it before, and I was like, "Whoa, that track is special." The piano play is actually very beautiful. Oh man, I can't wait to play Earthbound. Kind of sad as well. Beautiful and sad at the same time, right? Yeah, that track is kind of beautiful and sad at the same time. I really like it. Another track that even though I don't know much about Earthbound music, is the track when you are meeting the little fly thing. That's pretty beautiful track as well. Jim says, if somebody's phone made that sound, I would think it was about to explode. Oh man, you know what? When we're starting this journey up here with Earthbound, when I'm live streaming it with you guys for the first time, I've never played the game. I don't know much about it. It will be. I have a feeling it will be an Undertale moment for me, and I can't wait. Oh man, we need to hit 100 Super Nintendo games fast. I'm really hoping that we will hit it before next winter. It will be such a great winter game to stream. It was not that track you were thinking about, but I loved it anyway. Okay, but I liked it, and I heard it before. But funny. But yeah, the other track I was thinking about was the with the little fly thing. But you know what track it was, Mark? Then, or was I founding a wrong one? Was it the right one I was typing? If you remember the track you was planned to play, let me know. But let's listen to the other track Mark was mentioned. Maybe the last one. Otherwise, if unless Mark remember the other track, he said, what was it called? Prince of Persia Stage 1. Okay, let's see. Prince of Persia Snes Stage 1 track. Up, up, up. I think we had take the standard one. Yeah, very good track as well. I can definitely see how if you're playing the game, you have that atmospheric vibe when you're playing the game. I'm looking forward to playing the game, even though I have been like, I don't think the game is for me. But I have a feeling maybe it will be a game that can surprise me a lot because Mark is really loving it and talking a lot about it. So maybe. Anna says play Own It instead from Earthbound. Oh. Earthbound on that theme. Is that the track maybe I remember? You know what, Anna? I really love that all your tracks often when you are recommending tracks are very light-hearted. You are a happy woman that like happy music. Dia Maya Vito. No. A classic one. Man, you just know it's an Earthbound track when you listen to it. Yeah, it's the sound music, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask you, is the hometown music, right? Yeah, you can hear the adventure begins. Yeah, it really have that vibe. Oh man, I can't wait to play it. Great track. Mike says, yeah, don't remember the correct Earthbound tune, unfortunately, but not that well versed in the orchestra. Just remember the tune. I can try to find it another time. Yeah, definitely. So, if you like this video, we can definitely do a part two. But we need to have more recommendation then. But yeah, it was a chill, nice video and a perfect length, I think. Around 3 hours. So it's great that we actually have heard them all. But if you come up with even more, let's say you can type it in this video instead, because now I have a better overview. And if we get around 10 tracks again, we can do a part two in the future. But man, thank you so much for hanging around with me. It has been nice, and I love that hearing your track. There have been some surprises, and I've heard tunes that I haven't heard about before. So that's a good thing. And yeah, the Snes library has some great tracks, definitely. Um, I I hope I will do a live stream next weekend, but we will see. I can't promise it yet, but yeah, I probably will. We will see. But there will come a video out very soon as well. So chill. Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone, and purple love to you all. See you very soon. Now I have to see Nicholas playing Resident Evil 9 before bedtime. Yeah.